Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, this lesson is going to be about this new administration. All right. And I just want to start off by saying, this new administration is promising you people out there the world. Okay? Never have I seen, some of these promises that Trump is making right about now. And not just Trump, but the guys that are going to be working with him, like RFK. All right? And, especially RFK, because he's talking about fixing the processed food problem, fixing the jump shots problems, basically removing a lot of jump shots, and also removing processed chemicals from the food, okay, and also, removing chemtrails from the sky. What else is he talking about? It's so much information, I got it wrote down. Just bear with me, Yasharallah. And then he wants to get rid of the fluoride in the water. Okay, which, a lot of these things, all right, if you were to talk about it in a public setting, you would get called a crazy conspiracy theorist. All right, and those of us who are not simple-minded understand that these things are a huge problem for our health, okay? But, he's promising you all these things, and the way I see it, through the spirit, they're not going to fulfill any of these things that they're saying they're going to fulfill. All right, because at the end of the day, prophecy must happen. Okay, there's a scripture that says the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai do not go out void. All right, I'm going to get that real quick. All right, this is Isaiah 55, verse 11. And it reads, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." All right, and as you can see, all these things that they're promising, all right, the reason I brought this scripture out is because a lot of these things that are being promised by this new administration is contrary to prophecy. Okay, America is not going to be great again. All right, and it really never was, but it's not going to go back to being as powerful as it once was. It's not going to happen. All right, the Lord is going to completely destroy this place. Right, Donald Trump's not going to stop the war. Okay, Donald Trump is not going to they're not going to make everybody healthy again. All right, they're not going to fix the economy and all these things they're promising. Okay, which, that's what we're going to go into first, just kind of what they're promising. And then I want to bring out some scriptures and tell you what's actually going to happen. All right, so that way y'all can be circumspect, all right, and understand that, Donald Trump, at the end of the day, he is controlled opposition, okay, because the true rulers of this earth, all right, are the international banking families, all right, the elite, all right, the trillionaires, those who can print money on command, and really they don't even need money because they control the system any damn way. All right, but they have money too. All right, and these people, you don't see them every day on the TV. They're not putting their faces out there. No, they send their puppets, all right, to go out there and play controlled opposition. All right, which I brought that out in the last video, so I don't want to go too deep into that. But basically, these guys control both sides. Democrat and Republican is controlled, by the elite banking families. Okay, it's divide and conquer tactics. All right, good cop, bad cop. All right, you ever get stopped by the police and you got two cops? One is being nice to you, one's being an asshole. All right, and then they're both working together to get your information, to get you to say something that's gonna incriminate you. You see? Bunch of damn devils. That's the tactic they use. It's psychology. It's a psyop. Don't you people see? All right, and the elect is gonna see it, man. This is a psyop. All right, all these things he's promising. All right, let's get that word psyop real quick. All right, psyop is an acronym for psychological operations, which are military and political activities. See, they're telling you right there that aim to influence the behavior and emotions of specific groups, individuals, and governments. The goal of a psyop is to create attitudes and beliefs that are favorable to the originator's objectives. Okay, and what is their objectives? A new world order, all right, where they have complete control of the people, all right, and ultimately pushing and mandating the MOTB, all right, the mark of the you-know-what. Okay, and that's what's going to give them that control over you, because you won't be able to buy and sell without it. And if you go against their wishes, they could just turn your chip off and you starve out. You see? So that's where it's heading. Okay, that's their objectives. And what they're trying to do is play this psychological operation and make you feel like Donald Trump is pushing back against the system. That's his whole character, is pushing against Alex Jones and all those guys. They call them the globalists, all right, because they got gag orders. They're not going to call them by name, all right? Rothschilds, Rockefellers, all right? All these international banking families that you can look them up, all right? And, those are the people who are doing these things, all right? Let's keep reading here. It says, PSYOP can include military deception, using psychological warfare to mislead enemy forces during combat, sharing information with foreign audiences to influence their reasoning, motives, and behavior, social media and digital marketing, using these tools to share information and shift beliefs and behavior. Right, and in this case, they're using the television. All right, they do have social media as well. Okay, and they make you feel like you're a part of something, like this is gonna turn America around, and ultimately the world is gonna be at peace, because you got world leaders talking about, oh yeah, I'm so glad Trump is in office now, and yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, it's a big psyop being played on you people. All right. So let's go ahead and just quickly go over these things that the new administration is promising. All right, number one, they want to deport undocumented migrants. Okay, so basically Northern Kingdom. Okay, you so-called Latinos. Okay, that came over here, for a so-called better life. All right, his goal is to get rid of you and put you back in your country where you came from. Okay, and this is definitely, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. I'm going to say it's not going to happen for the most part, all right, because the way this looks is going to lead into Jacob's trouble, all right? So he said on day one he's going to be doing that, all right? He's going to run that operation, and basically, these migrants, they're going to start to try to round them up, but these migrants, they're violent. A lot of them are actually gang members. And, as we saw with the gang members in Haiti, led by Barbecue, Barbecue is a Freemason. All right. So who's to say that these gangs, these migrant gangs, aren't also part of a Masonic order? And they basically just sent them over here basically to create chaos when the time ensues. Because as we know, in order for them to get their new world order, they need to create a great chaos so they can bring order out of chaos. Okay, and deporting migrants, which are supposedly a bunch of criminals, which is the reason they want to deport them, is because they think they're criminals. So guess what? What do criminals do when they don't have their way? All right, they're going to put a bullet in your ass, man. You think they're just going to give up and go back to their country after they've done risked their life to come over here, and now they're, they're out there on the street, basically taking over apartment complexes and all that, fighting with the local gangs here, right? You think that's going to go well? No, that's going to create a gigantic chaos, all right? Now, the next point, and actually, we're going to get some scriptures on that, okay? There's actually a really good scripture I want to go into. Bear with me, Yasharallah. All right, that's Jeremiah 51 and verse 14. And it reads, Yahweh of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. All right, and that sounds exactly like what's going on here, because America, with the last administration, they brought in people from all over the world. All right, of course they brought Northern Kingdom over here, but they brought Arabs, Asians, Africans from all over the world. All right, thousands of military-aged men. All right, what does a caterpillar do? It eats a lot. All right, and it consumes. Okay, and that's what these people are gonna do. All right, when Trump tries to come against them, they're gonna consume this kingdom, man. It's gonna cause a lot of chaos, man. All right, and if you read verse 13, it's talking about America, because it says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. All right, so right there, man, it's talking about America. This sounds exactly like what's going on right now. Okay, and we know the scriptures say there's a time for war, there's a time for peace, and right now it's the time for war. It's not the time for everything to be getting all better and being okay. All right. And ultimately, this is going to give Esau an excuse to come after you Israelites. All right, because, if they, let's say, he tries to deport them, they fight back and start looting and, causing chaos, then Trump is just going to say, well, we don't know who's who, so anybody that looks Hispanic, we're just going to have to eliminate them for the better good. And you never know. It could come to that, and that's how, you Israelites get thrown into these concentration camps. All right, this is Sirach 12 and verse 2. And it reads, Salakia 12 and verse 10. And it reads, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right, so Trump's making these promises as if it's for the betterment of America, but ultimately this place is going to get destroyed, And you Israelites, a lot of you voted for Trump. A lot of you trust in this guy like he's going to help you. All right, but at the end of the day, he hates you Israelites, man. All right, he's Nero in the reincarnation. And when Nero when Rome went down, Nero blamed the Jews. All right, and that's what he's doing now. He's blaming so-called Hispanics for all the problems that's going on here. All right, and then he also blames you so-called African Americans. All right, indirectly, but he's talking about us. All right, and then they people got their little debates and said, well, he's not saying it, but it doesn't matter. You know who he's talking about, man. If you got two brain cells to rub together, that he doesn't like Israelites. All right, but nevertheless, man, this place is going down. All right, now check it. Look at this. He says he's gonna make moves on the economy and tax and tariffs. All right, basically he's gonna end inflation. All right, they got a little quotation right there, and no, that's not gonna happen, man, because the scriptures talk about, basically that people are gonna cast their gold and silver on the streets. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. All right, all these scriptures are talking about Jacob's trouble, man. When all hell breaks loose, okay, when has that ever happened that people cast their silver and their gold on the streets? All right, because what's going to happen is this economy is going to collapse. And when it collapses, your $100 bills, $20 bills, $5 bill, $1 bills, your credit cards, debit cards, it's going to be worth dog shit on that day, man. It's not going to be worth toilet paper on that day, man. All right, that's why if you read Daniel's 12:1, it talks about a time that's never been, right? Daniel 12:1, and at that time, you see the title, the time of the end, right? It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, Michael, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. You see? Such as never was since there was a nation. Even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one of them that is found written in the book. All right? And that's the elect, man. Those who have been chosen for salvation. All right? Which is 1/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All right? And I believe that's Zechariah 13:8, if I'm not mistaken. Yup. And it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire. Okay, the nuclear fire, that's talking about those intercontinental ballistic missiles, 200 million of them. All right? And also it's talking spiritually, because we're going to be going through hell during that time, man. We're going to be, in a time of testing. The Lord's going to be testing our faith. All right, now, yeah, it's going to be hard, but the Lord's got us. And at the end of the day, we will receive salvation on that day. All right, Lord willing, I be one of the elect. All right, Lord willing, all you brothers out there, be part of the elect. All right, it says, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. You see, very important to know the names. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? It says, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is my power. You see? So, right there, 2/3 will be destroyed. All right? Especially those of you that are, trusting in this system. Okay? Your faith is in this system. All right? In the gods of this world. Okay? When it should be on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right? So yeah, man, the economy is not going to get better. Okay? And this is all, them trying to say peace and safety, peace and security. All right? We're going to get rid of the criminals, right? We're going to go ahead and fix inflation so you can have some peace, so you don't have to work yourself to death and not be able to live your life because you're too busy worried about the bills, right? What's another good one? Okay, he's going to end the Ukraine war, right? That's what he's saying he's going to do. Okay, within 24 hours, right? Which I doubt it. Well, I doubt that he's going to do it either way, but 24 hours, really? No war will be stopped in 24 hours. All right? But, the point is, he's saying a lot of things that we know it's not going to happen, man, because we got the scriptures. The scriptures tell us different. Okay? So, let's go ahead real quick. And we're going to get Jeremiah 50, verse 14. Okay? And it reads, put yourselves, we'll start with verse 13. Because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see? So all the nations right here, all ye that bend the bow is all these nations that have nuclear missiles, right? Those nuclear silos, right? Those are the bows. Shoot at her, spare no arrows. The arrows are the intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay, these are the arrows that were seen in this vision by the prophet Jeremiah. These are the arrows of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's indignation, the arrows that go from one end of the earth to the other. All right, you can read about that in 2nd Esdras. Okay. For she has sinned against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's right. So this nation, America, is very wicked. Right? They use the Lord's name in vain. They've pushed their white supremacy, their so-called white supremacy. They've oppressed the Israelites. They've been trying to suppress the truth. But like Yahushua said, everything that's hidden is going to come to the light, man. And right now, we're exposing you devils, man. We're exposing your plans, your plots, your psyops. Because we see right through it. We got the scriptures, man. We got the scriptures. We got the truth from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? Through the men of Great Millstone that taught us. All right, we know that, you're wrong about all this shit. You're going to try to do this. They're going to try to be a savior, right? Because, the elites, they want to be like the Most High. So they try to control good and evil, right? But like the scriptures say, even their good side is evil, right? Let's get that. That's in the Psalms. Let's see here. Bear with me, Yasharallah. Yeah, Psalms 144 verse 8. That's what it was. Psalms 144 and 8. And it reads, let's actually start. Let's start at verse 7. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children. Okay, we know the strange children is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, so this is Psalms 144 and 7. Send thine hand from above, rid me and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children. That's Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Verse 8, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. Right, so we know that, there's the left hand, which is representing evil, and the right hand represents good, right? So even their good side is evil. As you can see here, they're promising you the world like they do in every election, but do they ever deliver? No, they don't. All right? And then, like RFK is talking about all this processed foods, right? Well, they put poison in your foods, and then you get sick, and then what's their good side is, they got medicine, right? But then the medicine makes you sick too, and then eventually you have to go in this cycle of, taking all these different medications. When really what they should have done from the beginning was feed you proper food instead of selling you poison. You see, so their right hand is deception, right? Same thing, they create the problem. Then they send this puppet to pretend to offer a solution, but in the end, there's an ultimatum, man. They're going to want you to take that MOTB. All right, and this series of events that's getting ready to happen under Donald J. Trump is going to usher in the mandating of the MOTB. All right, I don't see how it couldn't, right? Because there's no way in hell all these things he's saying are going to happen. And people are out here swearing that he is, worshiping this guy like a god. thinking that he's going to bring peace and security to America after all the hell that, they done put us through. All right. So yeah, their mouth speaks lies, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. And there's another good precept for that. It goes into it. Proverbs 12:10. And it reads, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked, who's the wicked? The elite of Esau, Edom, right? And really all of Esau, right? Are cruel, right? So a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, right? And that's their mercy. Their mercy is they send you, controlled opposition to pretend to help you, but really they're just trying to fuck you over even more. Good cop, bad cop. That's a perfect example of a right hand of falsehood. Okay, there's the left hand. He's being unfair. This guy, he's very nice, supposedly, but at the end of the day, he's actually working together with this asshole to get you in trouble. So that's the right hand of falsehood right there. Same shit they do with politics. A right hand of falsehood. You see? All right. So now, let's go to that next point real quick. I just want to kind of go through these real quick. I think that's the main thing. Let's see here. Yeah, says he's gonna stop the war. He's gonna fix the economy. And then they say they're gonna fix health. Okay, that's another thing about the economy. I wanted to mention. He says he's gonna fix the economy. Let's kind of go back to that real quick. Because the problem with the economy is basically, like we've been saying on all our videos, they want to mandate the MOTB, but how they're going to do it is they're going to want to collapse the US dollar and switch to the CBDC currency. Okay, which if y'all can recall, Donald Trump said he would never do it, and then he flip-flopped and said, "Oh, I love CBDCs," right? Something along those lines. Elder Apostle Tahar was bringing that out. So, that's one of the reasons why you won't have the economy going back, because Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So tell me, how are they going to mandate the MOTB if the economy gets better? If people stop struggling, if people don't have to work 2, 3, 4 jobs to live in a 1-bedroom apartment with a roommate, how's that going to happen? All right, obviously, it has to get a lot worse for them to bring that new system in. And he might flip-flop and be like, yeah, I said I was going to fix the economy. I got something even better. We're going to change currencies to the CBDC. You get paid every day. It's better. And I could already hear people going, boo, like he did. He flip-flopped with the jump shot. He was talking about his free choice, blah, blah, blah. And then he started promoting the jump shot. Oh, it's very good. It'll heal you of C19. And then people started saying, boo, right? Because he's a flip-flopper. Donald Trump is a flip-flopper. Because at the end of the day, he is controlled opposition. He has to act like he's with the people. But really, he's with his boss, the elite banking families. And he has to do their bidding. And, eventually he's going to have to pull away from being your friend, right? From being the good cop to being the bad cop. Very simple shit. All right. And the next thing that, that is really big that they're, saying is that this RFK Jr., who's related to JFK, John F. Kennedy, and y'all remember what happened to him for sticking his neck out, right? All right. It says RFK Jr. pledged to declare a C-19 style health emergency on day one. New health secretary vows to overhaul the country's approach to jump shots, fluoride in the water, and processed foods. All right. He says we're going to get the fluoride out of the water. We're going to get the chemicals out of the food. We're going to get the chemicals out of the chemtrails. Chemtrails are trails. Right. And then in this article, they're going to try to debunk him and act like he's crazy. But no, this guy's actually, everything he's saying is 100% true. But what I'm saying is, it's a setup. There's no way in hell, because this is one of the elite's greatest forms of mind control, to control you people, is by poisoning the food and keeping you stupid. So if they take all the shit out of the food that's fucking you up, now you're all going to get smart out of nowhere, and you're going to be a bigger threat to this asshole right here. So I guarantee you he's not going to do it. All right? Or if he does do it, it's for a greater evil. It's going to be because he's going to use it, which I was talking to a brother about this the other day. For example, this guy could say, all right, we're going to get rid of all jump shots. We're going to get rid of all jump shots, right? Which would actually make people healthy. But then what they could do is they could start spraying these chemtrails in the air, right? And actually spray a real illness out there. And guess what's going to happen? What are they going to blame? They're going to blame it on him. They're going to say, oh, it's because he got rid of the jump shots. And then they could mandate those jump shots even harder than they did last time. You see? That's exactly what these people are doing, man. It's not, I guarantee you they're not going to do it to help anybody's health. And besides that, the scriptures tell us that we would eat our defiled food in the lands that we were scattered in. All right? It doesn't say we're going to eat defiled food and then, RFK comes in and then the food gets healthy all of a sudden. Nah, man. And true healthy food is lawful food. All right? Not just organic. It has to be lawful food. You can't be eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. All right? But anyway, let's get back to the point. It says, addressing a crowd in Las Vegas, he continued, there's 1,000 ingredients in our food that are banned in Europe, and we're going to get rid of all those chemicals, right? So you can buy Doritos in America and Doritos in Europe and read the ingredients label. The ingredients label in the American, the American Doritos. Here, I'll show you. A picture is worth 1,000 words. And this is not with just Doritos. This is with literally every food in America and the UK. Bread, anything that's been processed that comes in a bag or a box. Okay? Here's your perfect example right here. Very simple ingredients here. Still unhealthy because you got the vegetable oils. All right? But you got, salt, glucose syrup, a little better, I guess, than high fructose corn syrup, but still not good for you. But look how much simpler it is, all right? Your body only has to digest a few poisons compared with this shit. Look at all this bullshit, all right? And then instead of, vegetable color, which is annatto, they're going to add artificial color, which is made of petroleum, all right? Same stuff gasoline's made out of. Red 40, blue 1, yellow 5. And these have been proven to cause ADHD in children. And guess what? Those of us that had ADHD, that shit don't go away, do it? So, this is a big fucking thing, and a lot of people don't really know about this. The food is really, how you control a person. And that's why our grandparents had more testosterone than our parents, and our parents have more testosterone than us. Because, the poisoning has been a gradual effect, which the Brothers of Great Millstone say it all the time, gradualism, all right? Hey, they didn't just invent Doritos and all these chemicals were added. No. First, it started out kind of like this, and then they slowly start adding poisons to it until eventually you got this. And I guarantee, man, if this kingdom continued any longer, Lord willing, Jacob's trouble comes soon. All right, but if you let this kingdom continue another 5-10 years, I guarantee this ingredient list will be more than double. All right, everyone's gonna have a learning disability. Everyone's gonna have bad knees by the age of 20. All right, you should be eating like this, real natural food. I mean, we shouldn't even be eating processed food anyway. All right, but on top of that, you could buy some of this food and then it's GMO. And they spray all type of toxic chemicals on it, which is a big deal too. All right. So yeah, he's saying he's going to change all this. All right. Yeah, Mr. Trump promised to let him go wild with health policy in his administration. He's going to help make America healthy again. So see, they're going to make America great again in every way, in every possible way. All right, you're not gonna have to work yourself to death. You're not gonna have to worry about wars. You're not gonna have to worry about. So he's going to help make America healthy again, right? So basically, this new administration is promising to end the wars, so you don't have to worry about wars. He's gonna end. He's supposedly gonna end inflation, so you don't have to worry about financial instability, paying your rent, paying your bills. All right, he's gonna get rid of the migrants. You don't have to worry about getting mugged, getting robbed, getting your ass kicked, killed. Right, safety. Right, and they're gonna make you healthy again. They're gonna get rid of all types of illnesses, because they're gonna get rid of the chemicals that they put in the food. See, they create the problem, then they offer a solution. Right? They're gonna make you healthy again. They're gonna get rid of all these chemicals, so now you don't have to worry. You could have a long life full of peace. You see, this administration screams peace and safety, right? Peace and safety, right? But what does the scripture say about peace and safety? All right, this is 1 Thessalonians. Let's get it. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 3. And it reads, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child. They shall not escape." You see? So you think that, oh yeah, finally, we're going to have a break for 4 years. Hell no, nigga. You ain't going to have no break. You ain't going to have no breaks. The scripture says that, things are going to get worse until the end, man. It's not just going to get better for 4 years and then go to shit. All right? It's going to keep going on the same path it's going, man. All right? Everything is gradual, man. That's the way these elites do. And that's the way Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai set it up. Because guess what? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai controls the elites, ultimately. Got the left hand and the right hand. Right? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai controls all things. All right? But look at that. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Let's get that word peace. Okay? Let's get that word peace.
Strong's G 1515. Irene.
Irene, which means a state of national tranquility. You see? Doesn't that sound like what they're offering in this administration? And doesn't that sound like all these Trump supporters out here? They're preaching the same message. Hey, it's going to get better. Everything's going to be perfect. Everything's going to be great. Finally, everything's going to go back to normal, peace, and safety. See? Exemption from the rage and havoc of war. No, there's not going to be an exemption, man. World War III is going to pop off and it's going to go nuclear. But first, the economy is going to collapse and the MOTB will be mandated for buying and selling. All right? Harmony, concord, Okay, let's get that. Agreement or harmony between people or groups. Nope, not going to happen. All right. Security, safety, prosperity, felicity. Let's get felicity. Intense happiness, right? And that's what this, I don't know if a lot of you brothers may or may not have gone on a healthy diet, where you use a lot of discipline and willpower. And, once you eat healthy for a certain amount of time, you start to feel this inner, tranquility. Like you just you're less stressed out. You're more in a good mood, and you wish you could kind of keep it up, but there's always temptation. There's always, you got to pay more for healthy food. Then you got to cook it yourself. But then we work in all these jobs and we don't got the time to cook, or our woman doesn't want to cook for us because she's listening to Esau, the so-called white man who tells her that, she shouldn't cook for you because that's oppression. So guess what? What do? You end up eating a pizza, a cheeseburger from McDonald's, and you feel like shit, and you just got to suck it up and go to work and do what you got to do anyway, right? So this right here is almost as if it's a promise of like, wow, so now I don't have to like fight to keep a diet. Everything will be naturally healthier, and we're all going to be in a great mood. We're going to be stronger. We're going to have less illnesses, okay? We're going to live longer, all right? Promising all these things. Peace, safety, harmony, tranquility, all right? Prosperity, quietness, rest. That's why everybody's so happy Trump won. They think that they're going to get a break from all the hell we've been catching under the Democratic administration. But that's not going to happen, man. That's not going to happen. All right? It's a time. And there's people out there that'll say, oh, well, why do you want war to happen? Well, that's the thing, man. You people are simple-minded. You've eaten out of the hands of these wicked elites. Okay, who tell you, two wrongs don't make a right, forgive and forget, right? As far as, what they did to you, as far as slavery. Hey, the Lord hasn't forgotten, right? But they try to make it seem like, you just, it's all about peace. Make peace, not war. Make peace, not war. Okay, well, what does the Lord have to say about that? What does the Lord have to say about that, right? There's a time for peace. And there's a time for war, right? Let's get it. This is Ecclesiastes 3:8. And it reads, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. See, so there's a time for everything, man. All right? In order to have a country, okay, if you in another country have a disagreement, you don't just say, okay, come, do what you want to us because we just want peace. No, you fight for what you believe in, man. I mean, this is simple stuff, but we got to explain it because a lot of us have been brainwashed by the elite. Only they can start wars, but not us, right? Not saying anybody should start a war. It's just an example that, you shouldn't be crying about war. You should be happy that war is happening because the scripture said it would happen. And that means we're one day closer to our enemy Esau's downfall. All right? When the MOTB is mandated, and you can rest assured that any fucking day, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is going to return and take these devils down, man. All right? That marks their fucking end. All right? Which really, they're already marked for death. All right? Because it's already been written in the scriptures. Okay? But we know that before World War III goes nuclear, all right, this MOTB does, in fact, have to be mandated first. Okay? He's talking about, as far as the health thing is concerned, the fluoride in the water, which we've been saying all this shit for years. Okay? And it's just now that they're coming out and saying, oh, we're going to fix it, because, and they make it seem like, it just took the right person to come into office, right? It's just madness, man. I mean, And obviously this should make sense that this is not righteous at all, because it's a sin to pierce your flesh. All right. So, those of you that don't believe in the MOTB, you still got to know that you're sinning if you take it, because, you got to pierce your skin to get the MOTB. So, but anyway, that's the point, man. The point is they're saying, yeah, and this is the etymology of the word peace: freedom from civil disorder. Right, civil disorder, which, that's where Donald Trump is saying that he's going to get rid of the migrants and it's going to be easy and quick. No, it's not. It's going to cause chaos. There's going to be civil disorder. All right, so he's promising you peace, but really what he's going to do is the opposite. He's going to cause a lot of chaos and a lot of fear for you Americans, right? Especially you women out there, man. You proud ass women saying you don't need a man, all right? You don't want anyone to tell you what to do. Well, guess what, man? You're going to go through a hell of a lot of shit. Since you want to be a man, put that theory to the test. Keep that same energy when all hell breaks loose and you got these, these military, these soldiers out here fighting against the migrants, and you get caught up in the middle of that. All right? But yeah, all this stuff he's saying leads me to some theories, through the spirit that, anything can happen. But I can definitely see Donald J. Trump getting a set. They could pop him like they popped JFK. And it's very ironic that they got RFK here. And he's doing something extremely, extremely controversial. Okay? And I mean controversial like, there's no way in hell they're going to fix the food, because that's a big fucking problem, man. That's a big fucking problem. And for them to fix it, they would actually have to do good. But we know Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, his right hand is a right hand of falsehood. So there's no way he's going to do it. All right? And let's get this scripture real quick about defiled bread. Okay, this is Ezekiel 4:13. And it reads, "And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them." You see? So we're going to be eating defiled food because we don't have a choice. They're slipping all type of chemicals in your food. All right? And they're not going to stop just because they put these guys in office, man. All right? And remember what happened to JFK. All right? Remember John F. Kennedy? All right? All right? This is Robert F. Kennedy, the guy who's saying he's going to, the guy who's saying, that's JFK, RFK Jr. This is the guy that's saying that he's going to fix the health problem. Okay? And it'll be very funny if he does, in fact, start the process and then they pop him. They pop him. That word right there. Boom. They blast one off inside his, his cranium. And I could very well see that happening with either Donald Trump or RFK. Why? Because that is the perfect excuse for them for this to start. That's the perfect grounds, the perfect recipe for a civil war to start. Imagine Donald Trump, RFK offer America, the fucking world, peace and security. Guess what? They pop him, and this bitch Kamala comes into office right before the inauguration or some crazy shit like that. What do you think's gonna happen? These Edomites are gonna lose their shit. Blood's gonna pour out of their faces. That's how red their faces is gonna be. All right, so this is a very, very real possibility, because I do not see any of these things happening. Number one, it's in the scriptures that these things are not going to happen. All right. But as far as the food is concerned, I know they don't want to do that because that's one of their main ways of control. And we know the way this devil is. He doesn't do anything good unless there's an ultimatum, unless he gets something else from you. So, they very well might pass some of this stuff, but then there's going to be ultimatums, or they're going to use those things as an excuse to say, oh, look, they destroyed the economy. This RFK guy, he doesn't have any degrees. As you can see, he removed jump shots from the market and children can't get their jump shots. Now there's a nick or whatever. There's a new illness going around. And blah, blah, blah. So they could just use this shit as an excuse to push other stuff. Or they could just outright pop him in the head and start a civil war. But this stuff that they're saying, it's not going to bring peace and safety. There is no peace. There is no safety. Things are going to get worse. Doom and gloom. That's what's going to happen. Doom and gloom. Look at this. Here you got the chemtrails, right? Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. Look at the logo. Doesn't it look exactly like what they doing over here? They telling you right in your fucking face. Order out of chaos, baby. All roads lead to Jacob's trouble, man. Ordo ab chaos. Alright? Ordo ab chaos is a Latin phrase that translates to order out of chaos. It has multiple meanings, including the Masonic motto, right? We already told you it's a Freemason thing, and that's what these people are. They're all Masons. I mean, Trump is one, man. He always makes the hand signals, the 3 6s, putting his hands together in a diamond shape. That's covering one eye. All that shit is that's their little secret handshakes and shit, man. All right, let's get this order up, KO. All right, in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, the motto represents the idea that Masons are tasked with bringing order out of chaos. You see, the chaos represents the suffering and the disarray of the human spirit, while order represents the path to peace and brotherhood. Well, peace and brotherhood for them, but not for you. Hey, like that guy George Carlin said, he said, it's one big club and you ain't in it. All right? And even you Edomites in these clubs, man, y'all gonna get fucked up, because the scriptures say a house divided against itself will not stand. And as you can see, these guys are going against the whole grain, against the whole system. Okay? So there's definitely gonna be a lot of you Edomites caught up in this crazy mess at the same time, man. But this whole migrant thing, that's definitely how they gonna start, Jacob's trouble, is what I see, through the spirit, because I just definitely don't see them bringing peace and safety, because that's contrary to the scriptures. So yeah, man, I really pray that lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. I know this was kind of a lot real quick, but I just kind of want to get this out to the brothers before anything does happen, because it's pretty much heating up. They talking a lot about what this RFK guy is gonna do and what Trump is gonna do, and honestly, I just see them getting popped. That's all it seems like, because it's like I told some friend, this is too good to be true. All right, there is no way it's gonna go from the most wicked nation on earth to being slightly better, because no, it's shown the pattern of getting worse and worse and worse, and that's like the scriptures say, like a woman in travail, her pains get greater and greater until she gives birth, roughly paraphrasing. So that's the pattern y'all can expect. All right, expect this shit to get worse a hell of a lot faster, and ultimately, all hell is gonna break loose, and they're gonna mandate the MOTB. All right, so I pray that lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect. All right, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect out there. Until next time, shalom.